From the bottom to the top, Jeff Bezos has been used to winning for a while. However, it isn't only until recently that Amazon has made the greatest surge ever by a company single-handedly, and he was able to profit off of it and become Forbes' #1 richest person in the world at over $110 billion to his net worth. Jeff Bezos has a lot of these tips and secrets we're going to be going over today of how he achieved this wealth and how he stayed true to his path, his pattern. All of that stuff remains true, and the one thing that doesn't change is how he looks at life. What's going on, guys? JT here with the Business Hub, coming at you with another video. Make sure before the video loads up to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Also, let us know in the comment section down below if you did subscribe. That way you could be entered in this month's monthly giveaway, where we shout out one lucky subscriber who subscribes, comments down below saying they subscribe, and turns the notification bell on. Now, guys, let's get into the 10 secrets you didn't know about Jeff Bezos. Our first secret is surround yourself with the best possible team. Amazon has a notoriously lengthy hiring process. Potential employees can expect to submit SAT scores and answer questions such as, how many gas stations are there in the US? The answer isn't supposed to be correct, rather it's intended to promote critical thinking skills. Every time we hire someone, he or she should raise the bar for the next hire, so that the overall talent pool is always improving, Bezos says. Employee evaluations happen in real time, rather than at quarterly or annual intervals. Rating software allows peers to evaluate, congratulate, and even critique each other publicly. Consider implementing a more human and live time evaluation process into your workflow. Entrepreneurs, reach out to your peers and trusted friends. Ask for candid feedback early and often. Our next tip and secret is learn from your mistakes. Amazon has famously failed more than a few times. To compete with eBay, Bezos once launched its own version of the marketplace bidding. It flopped, but it also paved the way for Amazon affiliates, allowing private sellers to use the site, shipping, and even storage facilities to sell their own goods. More recently was the Amazon Fire Phone, which was widely considered a publicity stunt. Without failure, innovation can never be possible. But with innovation comes misunderstanding, as Bezos is known for discussing. He considers it important enough to include the 14 leadership principles listed on Amazon.com. Leaders look for new ideas from everywhere, and they are not limited by not invented here. As we do things, we accept that we may be misunderstood for long periods of time. Learning from failure is easy to preach and harder to practice. Remind yourself of the Amazon story and its failures when you're struggling with a decision of, should I even attempt this? Up next, we have stay frugal. Frugality is a near direct opposition to modern big business practices. Bezos has preached and practiced it from the beginning, and now famous picture depicts Bezos sitting behind a desk made out of a door propped up on only 2x4s. Amazon was already a publicity traded company at the time. Doors were simply cheaper than traditional desks, and Bezos always had a thing for symbolism. An upgraded version of the desks are still used in the Seattle headquarters today, and miniature versions are given out as prizes for cost-cutting innovations. Accomplish more with less, Bezos says. Constraints breed resourcefulness, self-sufficiency, and invention. There are no extra points for growing headcount, budget size, or fixed expense. No, you don't necessarily need to go buy some door desks, but consider where you can cut some unnecessary spending. A short-term perk or comfort could hurt you in the long run. It's very important to be frugal with your money at this time as well, he says. If you're not frugal with your money at this time, you could end up going broke, or even worse, end up bankrupt, and that would not be a good look for the company, and you can't consider yourself a successful entrepreneur if that happens more often than not. Here we have stand firm. Only in recent years, Bezos graced the media with social media appearances. For many years, he was content to work behind the scenes, a kind of head down, work hard mentality. His recent social emergence speaks to an evolution of sorts. Bezos understands that in order to stay relevant and growing, you must be willing to adapt, but you must also know when to draw the line. For him, that means sticking to the big vision while allowing smaller moving parts to fluctuate. For Bezos, compromising on his customer experience was never an option. Once he almost got shut down an entire mall and marketing division after embarrassing customer email was forwarded directly to him. That one email sparked a marketing overhaul. As he writes in the Amazon Leadership Principles, leaders have a conviction and are tenacious. They do not compromise for the sake of social cohesion. Once a decision is determined, they commit wholly. Make a list of your big vision items. Frame it and keep it accessible. Those are your uncompromisable items. Everything else is negotiable. Lastly, we have think big. Amazon was never just intended to be an online bookstore or even an online retailer. Books just happened to be the easiest entry into the marketplace at the time. And for Bezos, Amazon was just the beginning. In 2000, he secretly founded Blue Origin, a space exploration company to fulfill his ultimate dreams of not only exploring deep space, but eventually colonizing other planets as a backup option for Earth. Think about your dreams versus the tools you're using to get here. Don't confuse the two and don't settle for the easier option. It's very easy to think big, especially when you're growing and you're a young entrepreneur. But as the dream goes on and as your story's success goes on, you're going to end up losing that faith, that passion that you used to have, and you can just never have that happen. You got to make sure you're always thinking big and ahead of time, even if you're not motivated enough. Here's a little story. Bezos used to want to, grow his own garden, his own little garden in his backyard. He had Amazon and every other thing that he was doing that he didn't put enough time into it. It eventually became a dream and he couldn't accept that. So he took a full week off of work and ended up growing the most amazing garden to him. Well, at least one that was 10 feet by 10 feet long, grew tomatoes, squash, and cucumbers. He thought it was a great idea and he thought it was just an overall successful story to share with you guys. The reason I'm sharing this with you is because don't put things on hold because you don't think you can achieve them. It's better to fail trying than to fail not trying. It's better even to try and then fail and then try again and succeed. Always be thinking big. Always think forward. Always think of the big picture. And ultimately, at the end, you gotta succeed. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. It means the world to me. Make sure to leave a huge thumbs up on the video. And if you did enjoy it in total, make sure to also subscribe if you're new. Let us know in the comment section down below if you did subscribe. That way you could be entered in this month's subscriber giveaway where we shout out one lucky viewer who subscribes, comments down below saying they subscribed, and turns our post notification bell on. Really means the world to us that you guys are showing all this grace to us, all this support, and we're going to continue to keep giving you the content that you guys deserve. Guys, this is JT here with the Business Hub signing off. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, see you guys later.